What's up, White House? Hey, I'm Lee. I'm here with Maddie. This is the What's Up, White House podcast. We are all about White House, the things that are going on, what's happening, what's the news in the city. We're a weekly podcast. We're out on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple. And so you can subscribe to us, and we'd love to keep you informed.
Yeah, check us out.
Cool. So first thing, obviously today is Valentine's Day. So
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day
to everybody out there.
If you're a guy and you're listening to this on the way home, it's time to buy the flowers.
Don't forget.
Yeah, you can meet me at Kroger. I usually
You'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Last minute. Yeah. And y'all also be spending a lot of money because you waited last minute, and I'm pretty sure they hiked the flower prices up.
It's a racket. It's like the the milk and bread people at Snow.
Yeah.
I heard that next week maybe like there's some models that are predicting like a foot of snow.
I think I saw that or heard it in the background on the news because I don't watch the news, but
I don't believe them.
Yeah, it was 19 degrees tonight.
Yes,
yeah,
cold.
Yeah.
One thing we're going to go through in this podcast is my possible financial demise.
Okay, well, what's gonna bring you down?
It's coming, and it's I'm kind of on the precipice there. But my daughters, it's funny, they love Dos Bros. We go to the one in Gallatin a lot, and they request it. It's funny that like in a town of like 45 Mexican restaurants, they're added one more.
Yeah.
But my girls,
why not?
I've kind of ruined them because I love Mexican. I'll eat it. It's probably my fault that there's so many Mexican restaurants because I go to all of them. But they don't like them all, but like Dos Bros they love. So I'm afraid once they move in, it's going to be bad.
All your money's going to be spent
It's
there.
going to be gone.
I've never been, so I'm excited to try it, and I might be going down with you if I enjoy it that much.
Yeah, it's good. It's kind of like Chipotle.
Okay.
But you get a burrito and you tell them, like Subway, they kind of move you down the line and you ask for different things. And
yeah, I love Mexican, and I'm all for convenience and fastness, so
yeah,
I'm excited for it too, I guess.
Yeah. There's some other things coming up in White House. The Winter's Farmers Market. When does that come out?
That is at the station in Gallatin. I've never been there, but it's indoors this Saturday from 9 to 1. So if you've been missing the farmers market because it's too cold, this is a good chance to go check it out.
Cool. So February 15th.
Yes.
Right in Gallatin.
February 15th.
What are they going to do at a winter farmers market?
It sounded like there would be produce there, but I'm like, are these farmers growing vegetables in the winter? I mean, someone has to, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. Another thing that's coming up in White House is the Spring Blue Devil Bazaar.
Yes.
Right? Is that how you say that word, bazaar?
Yes, bazaar. Yeah. Bizarre. It's a weird word. I don't know what a bazaar means, but yeah, Blue Devil Bazaar. It'll be April 5th, but signups are happening now, and it's a super cool event. I went last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many vendors were there?
So the space that it was in was full, vendor after vendor after vendor. A lot of boutique things. They had a girl who had made homemade dog treats. Okay. I bought from that. Just a lot of different cool, unique, handmade things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Is it in the gym at White House?
Sure. Maybe. I think it was the gym.
Was there any food vendors?
Food vendors were outside. I remember the pink truck, which is ice cream and coffee, and there was one more I can't remember. But yeah, they have food trucks outside.
All right. Well, that's what I focus on. It's where's the food truck? When I walk in something like that, I try to identify where all the food places are so I can hit them all.
Yeah, you got to have some good food on your stomach to be shopping for all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to a real quick commercial break. We're going to come back. We've got a lot of good stuff coming after this. We're going to talk about the flooding and some other stuff. So check out this commercial break, but stick around. What's up, White House? Hey, me and Maddie have two things that we need to ask of you. We love doing this podcast, but Maddie, what can they help us with?
First, if you have any events that you want featured on our podcast or anything's coming up in the community, you can reach out to us at whatsupwhitehouse@gmail.com.
Yep. Second thing is Maddie and I are local real estate agents. If you're thinking about buying or selling property or houses, anything like that anytime, we'd love for you to reach out through that same email. Now back to the show. All right, so just like we mentioned in our commercial break, Maddie and I are both local real estate agents. This podcast isn't going to be super real estate heavy, but there's been a couple of things in the past couple of weeks that have been kind of hit the news in White House specifically. The first thing is that there's been a lot of flooding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of development. There's lots of new homes coming to White House, new developments. I know the mayor issued some sort of like no shovel in the ground edict. I don't know what that means or what to everything, but I just know that it's a big deal, and the videos are. I mean, they're pretty crazy. There's 3 feet of water coming down the roads, and
muddy water, gross. Yeah, I've seen it. I'm curious to see what the no shovels in the ground looks like as well, and how they plan to fix this problem.
Yeah. So my assumption is that they're going to I don't think they can stop something building that's like if they're close to the end.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming like when they're like where they're preparing the ground and making sure there's enough runoff and detention ponds and all that stuff. I'm hoping they get that fixed because that's a big deal. And
I think everybody in the community wants that fixed because it's crazy.
Nobody wants water in their house. That's bad.
No. But if you do get water in your house and you need a new house.
Oh yeah, we can help you save it. Absolutely. Real quick, Parks and Rec, they have a couple sign-ups going on. Adult slow pitch softball. So if you're slow like me, like slow pitch softball, you can sign up. They can do it individuals or teams. That goes through March 16th. The other thing is Challenger baseball for special needs kids all the way from 4 years old to 18 years old. Sign up on Parks and Rec's website. And if you're not feeling like you're maybe flexible enough to do softball, what could you do to maybe kind of get a little more flexible?
So Stardust Yoga in Goodlettsville this Sunday the 16th has yoga basics. Yoga is flexible, but the basics when you start, you don't have to be that flexible.
Okay.
It's for beginners.
Is that where they have the goat like stand on you and stuff?
It's not goat yoga, but it is like that. I've never done goat yoga, and I would love to because I love yoga.
Okay.
And I've actually been to Stardust Yoga. The space is really nice. Okay. The instructors are awesome, so I definitely recommend checking that out.
I got you. The last thing that I just kind of want to bring to you guys' attention, I saw something on Real Tracks, which is the local MLS, that there was actually a fraudulent listing for some land in the area. And I don't need to put the address or the agent out there or anything like that, but it's just something that that can happen. And it's the last couple years in the real estate industry, there's been this big push for really kind of verifying who the sellers are. And so something like this, an out-of-town property seller, somebody that acts like an out-of-town property seller, calls an agent and says, "Hey, I've got this land, I want to sell it." They use the landowner's name, and that's what happened on this one. This guy called a local agent. They put it on the market. I knew the farmer that was like farming the land because he was leasing it, and so I called the farmer and I was like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I kind of worked backwards to figure out that it was a fraudulent listing.
So you discovered it and handled it. Okay.
Sherlock Holmes.
Perfect. That's cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I saw your text about it, but I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
I have actually had someone reach out to me over email, same instance, out of town. They were like ready to sell, very like kind of aggressive about it. But they sent me their passport, looked legit, but I did end up reaching out to the old owner of the land. And it's just, you got to do your due diligence. And fraud's hard. I mean, the computer and people, they're smarter than us.
Yeah, it's it's difficult. There's no like absolute safety, but just trying to one reason to kind of work with a real estate agent. They a lot of times it can be like a second set of eyes for you or whatever. So just something to watch out because somebody could have paid $100,000 for this lot and just the money would have been gone.
Yeah.
How sad is that? So,
yeah, I couldn't imagine.
All right, so as we wrap it up, thanks for joining us. You got our email, what's up, whitehouse@gmail.com. If you ever want to reach out to me or Maddie, just shoot us an email, find us on socials. We'll look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next week.
See y'all.